In the black hush of the deep, where sunlight has never once touched the ground, there lives a creature so strange that sailors of old, had they glimpsed it, might have called it a phantom. It has no face to speak of, no eyes that see as we do, and a body the color of a bruised rose, soft, swollen, and utterly unafraid of the crushing dark that surrounds it. The people who study the sea have given it a name both humble and strange, the sea pig. And though it wears the name of a barnyard animal, it belongs entirely to another world. 4,000 meters below the waves, where the pressure alone would crush a human chest like paper, the seafloor stretches out in an endless, lightless plain. Here nothing grows. Here nothing green has ever lived, and yet the sea pig thrives, moving across this desolate expanse on a peculiar cluster of inflated legs, not legs as fish or crab might have, but soft tubes of water pressure, swollen like little balloons that it uses to creep ever so slowly across the mud. Watch it long enough, and you begin to see a strange elegance in its plodding gait, the unhurried confidence of a creature that has never needed to run from anything, because down here almost nothing hunts it. What the sea pig does instead of hunting is something far quieter and, in its own way, far stranger. It eats the dead. Not flesh, not bone, but the endless, gentle snowfall of decay that drifts down from the sunlit world above. Skin cells, plankton corpses, the crumbling remains of anything that once lived nearer the surface, all of it sinks slowly through miles of water until it settles on the ocean floor as a fine organic dust the scientists call marine snow. To us, it would look like nothing, a smudge in the silt. To the sea pig, it is a feast beyond counting, and the creature has become, in the truest sense, the vacuum cleaner of the abyss. It feeds with a set of small tentacle-like arms clustered around its mouth, sifting through the mud with unhurried mechanical precision, drawing in the settled particles a mouthful at a time. There is no violence in it, no pursuit, no struggle, just a slow, ceaseless harvesting of a world's worth of forgotten remains. Multiply this single creature by the thousands, and you begin to understand its true purpose. Sea pigs do not simply live on the ocean floor, they cleanse it. Vast herds of them graze together across the abyssal plains, turning over the seafloor's sediment again and again, recycling nutrients that would otherwise lie buried and lost forever. In this way, the humblest creature of the deep becomes one of its great custodians, quietly maintaining a balance that reaches all the way back up to the world we know. But there are moments when the ordinary rhythm of this slow, grey pasture is broken by something extraordinary, a sudden abundance so vast it summons the herds from miles around. It happens when a great whale, having lived its long life somewhere in the sunlit ocean above, finally dies and begins its long fall into the dark. A whale fall, as it is known, is one of the rarest events in all the ocean, an entire ecosystem's worth of nourishment arriving all at once upon a seafloor that knows only scarcity. And somehow, in ways not fully understood, the sea pigs know. From the surrounding darkness they come, converging from every direction in numbers that seem almost impossible for creatures so slow, so soft, so unassuming. Within days, a single whalefall can be blanketed by hundreds, sometimes thousands of sea pigs, their pale bodies pressed together across the bones like a strange and reverent congregation. To watch it, if one could watch it, would be to witness something both grotesque and holy, an entire community of the abyss gathering not to mourn, but to transform. What was once a leviathan of the upper seas becomes, through their patient work, the foundation of a temporary paradise on the sea floor. The whale's flesh feeds them for months. Its bones, stripped clean, will go on to nourish other creatures for years, even decades, in a slow cascade of life feeding on death, feeding on life again. And when at last the feast is finished, the herd disperses as quietly as it gathered, fanning back out across the plain to resume its endless wandering graze, as though nothing at all had happened, as though the deep had simply exhaled once more. There is something almost unbearably ancient in this cycle. The sea pig, for all its strangeness, has been performing this same slow ritual for tens of millions of years, long before human eyes ever thought to look for it, long before we built the machines of light and steel that finally let us witness it. It asks for no admiration, it seeks no attention. It simply continues, generation after generation, doing the quiet work of turning death into the raw material of life, keeping the ocean floor from becoming a graveyard of forgotten things. Perhaps that is the strangest truth of all, that in a place utterly without light, without warmth, without anything we might call comfort, there exists a creature whose entire purpose is a kind of stewardship, not glamorous, not fierce, not built for the myths we tell about monsters of the deep, just patient, just faithful to its task. Somewhere below us, right now, in the eternal black of the abyssal plain, the sea pigs are moving across the mud exactly as they always have, small, soft, and quietly holy custodians of a world we will never truly touch, keeping the great dark garden of the ocean floor alive.